Got some, if you can.
I'd be able to now.
Okay. No, we're,
I can come another time.
yeah, but we can get you on vaccine. I can take you on vaccine.
I have
My hands are cold.
Okay, yeah,
no worries.
yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, you doing well?
Stop by and see me, and we'll do it. 23,000 square foot.
City, but I've never been back here.
20 square foot. Nice to meet you. I met, actually, we had dinner last night.
Oh, did you?
I know. Well, maybe. We had
Nice
superintendents up
to
here.
meet you.
Superintendent's meeting was here yesterday. Lord. You know.
Should be.
Law enforcement here?
I don't know, probably should be.
We need to know these things up front.
Warrants out? The guy up front, when I came in a black vehicle,
Risk it.
whenever he stopped me, he said, "Are you Brown?"
We look alike, but.
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Ashley, would you do the roll call, please?
Brian Bobeck.
Here.
Michael Brown.
Here.
Brian Deathridge.
Here.
Peter Dillingham.
Here.
Randy Gilbert.
Here.
Leonard McCullough.
Here.
Superintendent Fields.
Here.
Quorum established.
Great, thank you very much. If you could please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On the flag.
I salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people.
Thank you. Please be seated. Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for being here on this lovely November day. I want to express appreciation to all of the staff here at Mid-Del. Becky Foster, thank you for your hospitality. Dr. Cobb, thank you so much. The place looks wonderful. The kids look great. I'm just so proud to be here. Becky and I have known each other for a very long time, and so to see her flourish at Mid-Del just makes my heart happy. Thanks for everybody being here. We're going to jump right into the meeting this morning and get down to business at hand. Director, thank you.
Well, thank you
For everything.
All right, I've got just a few comments. I'd echo Superintendent Fields' comments. Thank you so much for being here, board members. I know your time is precious. Mid-Del Schools, Mid-Del Tech Center for hosting us. Senator Stanley, Representative Fugit, thank you guys for coming and watching. We're going to get to hear from students here in a moment, and that's the best part of the board meeting, so I'll be brief. Right now at the agency, to make you board members aware, we're working on strategic planning. We have contracted with a group, the Persimmon Group, After our RFP process, we're gonna work through the agency's strategic planning. It's been quite some time since we went through a formal process and not just updating what OMES requests, so we're pretty excited about that. We will roll that out to staff members at our state staff in December. They know it's coming, but give them kind of the what for and the plan for that. You will likely get some questions along the way to help establish that plan. We're also going through right now 360 surveys, which are new to the agency as well, where every staff member gives input on leadership and their direct supervisor, and so I'm working through those comments and questions right now. A lot of reading, a lot more than I anticipated, so I'll be meeting with our leadership team and we'll start carrying that down soon if you have any questions. This is the interim time for the new funding formula that we rolled out last year. So what that means is that their fall numbers for programs are updating our information, and we're evaluating those, seeing what growth is there, matching with new local dollars, and seeing if there's potential for midterm adjustments. That's the process that we've put in place now, so we'll be reviewing that with superintendents in the next couple of months, making sure that they're aware how the new funding formula will impact their aid from the state. So that's a good process, but it's new to us. I would also mention that the Hall of Fame opening window, it's still in the opening window for those nominations. So if you have nominations for Hall of Fame, for CareerTech Hall of Fame, they're open till December 31st. So that's a great opportunity. We get to honor some people. So contact Gina if you have any questions. The Germany trip on apprenticeships. We're going to do a debrief with all those Oklahoma representatives in December. You'll be getting an invite as well if you're interested in seeing or hearing a part of that. What that whole delegation got to see. I know Leonard got to go to Switzerland as well with the governor, and that was a great trip, all studying what vocation looks like in other countries. We have an American education system that is a little bit different than the European model, but we can definitely continue to implement and upgrade what we do on vocational training. So excited about that. With that, I'm looking forward to the meeting today, and we've got a time here in a minute that's new to talk some policy initiatives. That'll be a great time to have discussion if you have any of those items for discussion. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Director. I'd like to have discussion and possible action on the minutes of October 16. Board members, may I have a motion?
Accept the minutes as presented.
Thank you very much. Second, any discussion? Ashley, could you please call the roll?
I'm sorry, Leonard McCullough,
Approve.
Randy Gilbert,
Yes.
Peter Dillingham,
Yes.
Ryan Dethridge,
Yes.
Michael Brown,
Yes.
Brian Bovet,
Yes.
Superintendent Fields.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to a presentation and discussion from Middale Superintendent Becky Foster. Becky?
Thank you for allowing us to host. It's a real honor to host the state board. Great to see a lot of familiar faces. So welcome to Middale Technology Center again. Very excited, very honored to host your November board meeting. Here at Middale, we have a unique hybrid model. We actually fall under the leadership of the K-12 board. So shout out to Superintendent Cobb and the leadership team and some of the board members that are here today. They really support us. We have 3 campuses. Some of you may join us later, or some of the staff may join us later. We will be touring CareerTech. If you would like to join us, we will venture out to Tinker Air Force Base. So I'm not going to talk long because what we're really here to see are the students. So the first student, they're going to get up on the screen, is Miss Ivy, and Ivy is a first-year welding student. She is in her welding gear because she has to go back to class. We treat our clock hours seriously around here, so she's going to talk and she may slip out and go back to class. Miss Ivy.
My name is Ivy O'Quinn. I'm currently a junior at Midwest City High School, and I'm taking the structural welding program here at Middale Tech Center, currently learning shielded metal arc welding. I knew in middle school I wanted to be a welder after a representative from MDTC had come and talked to the class and kind of been like, hey, this is what we're all about. This is the kind of things we do here. And I was like, I need to keep an eye on this. This is something that could be very, very beneficial to my future. I got to high school, didn't hear much about it freshman year, and then sophomore year, when they had the sophomore showcase, they had called all of us down, came and let us look around the classes, and when I went to the welding one, I was like, this is what I know I want to do with my life. I came back again for the shadowing program just to like really cement that in and make sure that my face was there and I was, knew what was happening and everyone else knew who I was. For the interviews, I passed the first round interview, made it to the second round. I was kind of just waiting outside of the interview room, and I could kind of hear the people inside and started getting really nervous, like, everyone else sounds like they are really good candidates. What happens if I don't get in? I'm, comparing myself to other people pretty much. After the interview, I checked my email every single day, waiting to see if I got accepted or like denied. And when I had saw that I got the acceptance email, I took a picture of it and started sending it to everybody I knew. Like, look, I got in. I love the technology behind being able to build whatever you want, and everything in life has welding attached to it, like buildings, machines, anything. If it exists, welding in some way has allowed us to have it at the standard that we have. And Mr. Hayes here at the Tech Center is helping me to learn how to improve quality of life and build everything that I want to. You can have 100 engineers that are designing things, designing buildings, making plans for everything, but at the end of the day, you'll need 10 welders to every engineer at the very least to build the things that are being designed. I have strived for excellence in my chosen trade, and one day I hope to be able to own my own welding company. I'm going to be after high school, I'm planning on going to Rose State College down the road and getting a business degree so I can combine my skill set from welding with the knowledge that I need to run my own business.
Next. Any other questions?
Well done. Congratulations. We have no doubt you'll succeed.
I'm gonna give her a job.
Hey, she has to complete her program. I need completers, so.
Dang
Next,
business, always trying to take them early from us.
we have that. Thank you. Next, Zion, a plumbing student.
Hello, my name is Zion Rodriguez, and I'm a senior at Del City High School. And I've had the honor to come to MDTC for my second year of plumbing. I was introduced to plumbing through the sophomore showcase, like her, which was held not so long ago. I was drawn to plumbing because I don't like sitting still. I enjoy getting dirty, waking up early, and working with my hands. Plumbing encompasses every aspect of that and makes me feel accomplished, and at the end of the day, and gives me a sense that I've eased someone's burden. I knew college was not the route for me because the debt was a burden I wasn't willing to take. Plumbing offers unmatched job security since without water, the world will cease to function. And yesterday's rain is a prime example of that. Without the storm drains, that would just be puddling on our roads, causing blockages everywhere. I want to take full advantage of the opportunities here so I can enter the workforce running with no debt holding me back. At Mid-Del Tech, I received the more than experience and knowledge on how to repair pipes and repair fixtures. I get credit for the time I spend in this program that transfers directly to my journeyman's test. Now I have 2 years of experience and only need another year before I become a journeyman and establish my career. Through Plumbers Against Hunger, an event held that packages food for people in need at a food bank, my own partaking in my local Key Club chapter, and other volunteer opportunities, I get to help people alongside Mr. Ringwald, my mentor, and my fellow students. My plan is to leave high school and go straight into the trade. I wish to go join the union, which does 90% of commercial work in the industry. Examples would be the Devon Tower and its surrounding buildings. Everything around there is mostly built by the union. And I want to get in there and put my hands to work. Mr. Ringwald has been a mentor who has shared his knowledge and passion for the trade. He has helped me make industry connections with big names and has carved a fast track to becoming a pillar for the community. And after my career, I'd love to come back to Mid-Del Tech and take the position of mentor. So I can be the future's Ringwald, share my passion and give that to somebody else.
Thank you.
Next, we have Jocelyn from the cybersecurity program.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jocelyn Laughlin. I am a senior at Dell City High School, as well as a second-year cybersecurity student here at Mid-Del Tech. When I first joined the program, I was adamant that cybersecurity was going to be my lifelong career. I wanted to learn everything about anything to do with cybersecurity. But what's interesting is that I also learned something more important about myself. While I find cybersecurity to be fascinating, I learned that I like the people side of things more. I enjoy communicating, leading, organizing, and helping others. Being a part of this program has given me so many opportunities to do exactly that. I am in a program called Skills USA, where I hold the title of Secondary Chapter President. For my state competition project, I have had the blessing of beginning a community service project to teach students in the elementary schools in my district in the 3rd through 5th grade to be cyber safe. With encouragement from my instructor, Mrs. Teal, I reached out to Mayor Eason of Dell City, asking him to proclaim the 3rd week of October as Cybersecurity Career Week. On October 6th, he implemented this proclamation, and I was able to go to the city council meeting and receive the signed copy. Afterwards, I wrote an article about the declaration being implemented with the help of our marketing director. The article was later published not only on our website and social media, but in the Midwest City Beacon. These experiences have given me the courage to reach out and stand up, to put myself in a new situation. Here at Mid-Del Tech, I have made a family. My classmates, the instructors, and all other staff are also kind and open-minded. They encourage my thoughts, dreams, and plans to become a better person and further my education, no matter whether it's in cybersecurity or other business settings. Mid-Del Tech creates future leaders and encourages bright minds to think brighter. While this program has taught me valuable technical skills, it has also helped me discover a new passion for business, leadership, and public speaking. After graduation, I plan to attend Rose State Community College to begin working on my business degree and hopefully down the line get my MBA. Rose State also offers cybersecurity students up to 15 credits towards their cybersecurity associate's or bachelor's program. The Mid-Del Technology Center has given me a solid foundation to begin my life, career, and further my education. Prior to attending, I didn't feel prepared. Now, since attending, I have the ability to be confident and competent to go out into the world and be the best person I am able to be. Thank you.
Next, we have an adult student, Mason from Aircraft Structures.
Morning, everyone. Morning. My name is Mason Bristow. I'm an adult student in the Aircraft Structures program. Honestly, I didn't plan to further my education after I finished high school. You know, I honestly just thought I was going to be a mechanic like I was doing, but a buddy of mine gave me an idea to join this aircraft program. He told me there'd be great benefits and it would also set me up for my future, and I thought, yeah, I'm down with that. But, so I looked into it, and we both started in August. He's in night class, I'm doing the full-time. But so far it's great. Like, we're gonna be both graduating and going straight to Tinker, guaranteed a job. One great thing about this class is we write up resumes before we go out there, so we're guaranteed going out there. I do really enjoy the way my teacher, Mr. Humphrey, teaches. It kind of lets me do stuff and figure it out on my own, which I'm really used to, great at doing. And another thing that's great is that I live close to Tinker, so I'll be close to family and friends. But I am very fortunate to be over here at Mid-Del Tech Center, where I can learn the trade. And this will be a great opportunity for me to get into a job and just prepare myself for my future.
Next, we have an automotive student, Maddie, and when I first met Maddie was in the Student Services office, and she was trying to get excused for an absence. And it was actually for a UCO graduation. So I'm going to let her tell the rest of the story.
Hello, as Ms. Foster said, my name is Maddie Griffin. My goal is to open up my own shop and be a successful entrepreneur. What made me want to come to a technology center was when I took in my car for routine maintenance, I thought, man, I could save so much money by learning how to do this myself. So I decided to not just talk about it, but to do it. As Ms. Foster just mentioned, I have a bachelor's in workforce development, and then I'm also pursuing my bachelor's in business administration currently right now. I'm accepted into the master's program. I'm getting master's credit right now as I'm finishing up my business administration degree, and then I will have 1 year left of my master's program to obtain my MBA at UCO. While going to UCO simultaneously as going to Mid-Del Technology Center, I'm able to understand the importance of the business side and the technician side through working toward an MBA through UCO, in addition to taking the automotive program here at Mid-Del Technology Center. I came to Mid-Del because I toured other technology centers and they were great. But when I came here, I just knew that this was a place for me because I felt welcome from the moment I came into Mid-Del Technology Center. My goal is to make sure that this is the right path for me, which is why I came here first instead of going headfirst into the industry. If I did not like it, then I would have just done it as side work. But I love it, and I plan on going into a dealership. I'm learning how to run my own shop, and through job shadowing, just this past week, I went to Flower Toyota in Norman. I was able to job shadow a service advisor manager and some technicians. While doing that, I was getting not only real-world experience, but hands-on knowledge at the dealership. Upon graduating from Mid-Del Technology Center, I will have 8 ASE certifications. I plan on going into the dealership. I already have job offers through my job shadowing, and I plan to have more options when I graduate by having 8 ASE certifications. I also am able to have 40% off Snap-on tools, which is the Snap-on tools is the brand that we use here to work on the cars here. So I have 40% off while going to Mid-Del Technology Center, which is really, really nice because I'm not having to pay that whole amount if I decide to have my own shop, which is the goal. So I can buy my tools here and get it 40% off and then work on cars as side work until I have my own business. And then obviously in the dealership, I can have my own tools, which is really nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much for letting our students share their stories. Can we grab a quick photo with, you want me to bring them back?
Yeah.
Or do we have questions?
Well, can we just adjourn? I mean, meeting can't get any better than that. We're just so proud of all of you. I think I can speak on behalf of Director Haken and myself that, wow, just amazing. And I think it also illustrates there's more than one path, not college or career tech. It can be both. We're just so proud of all of you. Love to get a photo, but I have to correct the record. Dr. Cobb, I realize I'm state superintendent, but I don't have the authority to give Becky a promotion. I introduced her as superintendent. I know you're the superintendent, sir. And I understand this is a hybrid model, so Becky, I tried, but I don't have that ability, my friend.
Thanks, my friend.
Yeah.
It's complicated.
Yeah. So you want to pause and take a picture?
Let's do that.
Let's do that. So everybody grab a cup of coffee and we'll grab some pictures.
You just tell us how you want it. Board members come get in the photo.
Great.
Take a picture.
Drive over to
We'll do one with those two and then we'll do that.
Yeah, you guys get in the middle. Made us look good, thank you. Make sure you can get seen. We need to squeeze, we good?
Yeah, we kind of need to squeeze a little bit, just, so Maddie, if you'll step forward. You're front and center, all right? I'm sorry? Can we move to the chair that's
Yes,
good?
sorry.
No, you're good. Thank you. All right, there we go, and 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Let the press do. Thank you.
Good job, thank you.
Are we always waiting on me?
No, you all.
My wife says always late. When I was here, you thought I was late, because I'm normal what she wants.
I was just driving around looking for the cones. I should have just given up.
Oh, they moved them, I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll get back to it. Director, could you give us a update on your policy initiative?
Yeah, so, we have this agenda item, board members, so that if you had questions, we could discuss freely. No action will need to be taken, it's only in the management information section. A couple of things I wanted to make you aware of, though. We are going to attempt to add a retirement field for the agency, so that they only, right now, the agency only allows teachers' retirement. So you don't really have the opportunity to recruit people that were in the field, then retired, and come back to the agency. So most other state agencies have two options. SDE, for example, that would be our closest peer, has the OPERS option and the TRS option, so that if they wanted to hire somebody that had come out of schools or come out of another in teacher's retirement already, they would have the opportunity to start something else. So I'm going to explore that. We are working on figuring out what that language would look like and who would help us carry that. Right now, with that as an option, we had any questions, thoughts, discussions around
Why
it?
is it different than what we're already doing?
So right now, we only have teachers' retirement. So if, say, Becky retires and I want to bring her to the agency to work guiding new superintendents or whatever that might look like, she would have to get out of her retirement, basically not draw anymore to come to the agency. If I get a second system, she could continue to draw her retirement and I could employ her and she could start a new system. What that does is a couple things. It allows me to offer them less money to get them to come in, which is the main draw, because to get somebody in the field that is, had great experiences and worked their way up, you would have to spend quite a bit to retain them to the agency. Well, agencies can't do that, so this way I can go after retired people and they can supplement their income and come back to the agency. That makes sense? I explained that well.
And they also,
Their retirement goes down if they go back to work?
No, so they would have to pause that or come for significantly less. Like right now, it's 20,000, I think they can come in. Teacher retirement rule and the statutes around that don't allow them to go right back to the active salary that they
It
would.
would be discouraging for somebody to do it right now.
Yeah, they wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
3-year cooling off period.
Oh, I see, cap.
and then they also bring those years of experience and that knowledge with them to help.
Yes, it's a way to draw in some really qualified people that may want to work a few more years. There would be an established period for whatever we decide, like if it's OPERS, it may be 5 or 7 years that they would have to bank before they were vested in that, so that might matter to them, may not, depends on the individual. But it'll be a way to help recruit people to the agency long-term. Thinking forward, we don't really have an issue right now, but as you're thinking about recruiting better people, it may be a teacher that retired and they would be a great program specialist. But right now, they wouldn't do that because then they would forfeit salary and retirement. questions? Any others? Okay, the other, sorry.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Behave over there.
Yeah, always worried about Shay, comes in late. Accreditation is another thing that we're working on. We started on last year, a little bit late, working with SD. Of course, Superintendent Fields is new since we started that process. Working with the RAOs at SD, we realized there's a great deal of overlap, especially in our calendars and how we accredit, because we're on a clock hour system, whereas K-12 is on a Carnegie unit system. So understanding how to accredit that, there's some boundaries in statute we need to definitely clean up so that we would have the authority to grant that post-secondary credit without being hindered by the K-12 statutes. So as changes have happened the last few years, especially with calendar and around some drills, other things like that, it has put us really out of compliance at a technology center with the K-12 rule. That shouldn't be an issue. So we need to clean that up a little bit, so we'll be seeking some cleanup in legislation there. We'll work with SDE to make sure that that is good for both of us, make sure it doesn't hurt either. Any questions around that? Biggest issue there being calendar, and as we work through those calendars, our way of giving credits is just so much different than the Carnegie unit. Okay. All right, those are the two big initiatives that we're working on policy that relate to the agency.
Great, thank you, Director. I'd ask Corey Gray to come up now. Corey, talk to us about FY26 Lottery Grant Awards.
Good morning, Superintendent Fields, Board. Thank you once again for allowing me to present lottery grant. So, earlier this year, we had the opportunity to look at changing the way we allocate the lottery grant funds and coming off of an arrears calendar to being present in the current fiscal year. That gave us the opportunity to give grants. Again, this is our second cycle for our K-12 schools. This time, in looking at the awards, we actually increased the dollar amount, and we're looking at the K-12 awards, from $15,000 to $20,000. We figured it would be more money for schools. Inflation, tariffs, things of that nature, we know how pricing has worked. We actually did not believe we would have as many grant applicants. We actually had a record number of applicants this year, this cycle, over 320 K-12 teachers across the state applied for this grant. We are able to issue 87 for $1.5 million. You can see on your list that you have in front of you the different divisions along with the school district and the amount. And that total number ended up being $1,596,551.90. And in order to give this out to the schools, we would first need board.
I didn't hear the last thing she said. In order to get that out, what?
We just need approval from this board.
Oh, okay.
If you guys will remember, we are actually doubling up since we're moving from the rears, which Corey just mentioned. So we gave out a set like we normally do. We had the money that we want to get rid of, so to speak. That's layman's terms for me. Get rid of that money out of our pocket so we can put it in the school's pocket, and then we'll be back on schedule for the next year. So we had an extra bucket of money that we're getting rid of now so that our timelines work out better in the future. We started that process way before me because we weren't certain if the money was going to be consistent from the lottery. So we waited till we got it in rears. Now it has been consistent for many years. We feel comfortable in moving to the current year status, like she said. So that's why you're getting this. I just wanted to remind you all of that. We went through that process. You approved us to make this happen. Now Corey has turned it around and we got money to give out to schools. So we need your approval if you decide to do that.
Move to approve.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Corey, do you have inside knowledge of these grants?
Yes, actually, I do have a list, a running list of items that the schools requested, and I can get copies made and distributed.
Well, that's not necessary. I just wonder if you had a favorite that.
I'm gonna pick your favorite now.
Okay, if I'm going to pick a favorite, we're gonna go with, let's see here. Middale Schools.
Oh, nice.
She was looking for it, where's Middale?
Exactly. Middale Public Schools, I'm not quite sure which school because there are 3 high schools and several middle schools. But this particular grant is within the Bite Division, and they asked for 8 IMAX accessories, 2 Canon cameras, along with all the accessories. So I'm assuming it's going into either a, probably advanced design class, something like that, so.
Thanks for sharing. Any other discussion?
What
Ashley, could
is
you-
this funding, when does this funding actually occur?
Okay, as far as the full amount of the grant, or when does the?
When do they receive it, and, yes.
Okay, for this cycle, it's a very quick turnaround time. So if you all approve it today, they are eligible to spend starting December 1st. They have to have everything received and invoiced back to the agency by March 30th. So we want the money and the items in school this year.
Okay.
Were there any schools that applied that didn't get approved?
Yes, we had over 320 applicants, and we only had 87 grants to give, so. there.
Why would they not get approved?
We're scoring those based on a rubric. So we look at the total number of grants received, the items that they are submitting for. We looked at their actual program, their program numbers. Are they completing their reports on time? Are they active with their CareerTech student organization? So there is a long rubric that goes to that. The division areas score the rubrics, and then a committee comes together and determines how many are actually given to each different division.
Is the committee, are those employees of CareerTech?
They are CareerTech employees, however, they are not from the divisions, so we wanted to have an
Still in our
unbiased.
office, or where are these people from?
Yeah,
Our office, yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
Is it safe to assume these are all around 20,000? That's the best bang for the buck to give as many as you possibly could.
right,
Right.
right. And you can see some actually did take it all the way up to the 20,000, where there are some, like Ponca City, they only wanted $9,600, so it was up to the school to decide.
20 was the max?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, any other discussion? Oh, great. Ashley, please call the roll.
Brian Bovet,
Yes.
Michael Brown,
Yes.
Ryan Deathridge,
Yes.
Peter Dillingham,
Yes.
Randy Gilbert,
Yes.
Kaylin Mooney,
Yes.
Leonard McCullough,
Yes.
Superintendent Field,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thank you so much. Can you talk to us about the Tech Center lottery?
Yes. This is the second time you all have heard me speak in regards to the Tech Center lottery grants. We had a small pool of money left over, and so I sat down with Director Haken to try to come up with the best way to present this money out and have the Tech Centers apply for the grants. And what we came up with was looking at OESC's critical occupation list that came out in August of 2024. So there's a top 100 list for Oklahoma, critical occupations. What we did was take that list and then look at the service area for each of the technology centers and said, we would like this grant written to one or more of those critical occupation areas. To support our rural schools, I did build in a preference point system to where if you have a rural designation, you actually have preference points. Smaller schools, they have preference points. And then there was the opportunity to also look at schools on the funding list. So if they receive more money for state allocation, there was a preference point in there as well. So when we finished with the rubric, a total of 8 grants were awarded. We had 20 apply. And in front of you, you have the list of schools that actually received the grant.
TNI is what?
TNA is the largest group, trade and industrial, so those are our trades groups. So a lot of our students out here are in those.
Carpentry, welding,
TNI.
yes,
Just a
yeah,
big
trade and
category.
industry. Yes. It's one of our divisions.
Okay.
So of those occupational divisions, that is the largest in the tech centers. Yep.
So all the 8 grants, 7 are from TNI and 1 is from health.
Corey, are all these considered rural?
No, they're not. Based off of the way it's scored, I was actually surprised when you look at some of our schools that you would think are in rural areas. If you look at their service area, Some of them end up being considered small community or suburban. So it's a wide range. We have it all the way across the board.
Move we approve the lottery grants for the technology centers.
Second,
Second.
any discussion? Call for the vote.
Leonard McCullough,
Yes.
Dana Manning,
Yes.
Randy Gilbert,
Yes.
Peter Dillingham,
Yes.
Ryan Goldridge,
Yes.
Michael Brown,
Yes.
Brian Bobeck,
Yes.
Superintendent Fields.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
very much. Okay, moving on, we have discussion and possible action on the distance ed accreditation for practical nursing program at Tri-County Tech, District Number 1. So, let that hang for a minute.
In the nursing program, no less.
That's right.
Big win. Big win.
Andrew Byer and Tara Gold. Take it away, ladies.
Thank you very much. Good morning. I'm Andra Byer. I am the accreditation coordinator at the agency in Stillwater. Most of our team actually is in Duncan right now, doing the Red River Technology Center accreditation. And actually, Brent Meeks and I were there yesterday, and we get to go back as soon as we're done today to finish that. And it is number 7 of 8 this season, so we are excited to be almost done. So first, I will explain the process of approving distance education program, and then I will give you our recommendation. ODCTE is required to evaluate full-time programs with any portion offered via distance education using the standards approved by this board and listed in the accreditation guidelines published by the Oklahoma Department of Career and Technology Education. These standards address program integrity, resources and technology, learning development and instruction, skill attainment and assessment, student support and services, marketing and recruitment, student engagement and satisfaction, and program effectiveness and improvement. The program approval examiner team was comprised of ODCTE Health Science Education and the accreditation staff. Examiners interviewed Technology Center administrators and staff, viewed a demonstration of the DE platform, and observed the program area. Agency staff will follow up on the programs mid-year and provide technical assistance as needed. We will confirm attendance tracking, clock hour monitoring, verification of same student doing the work, and DE program quality, including all full-time program requirements. We will report back to the board if any changes are made as a result of the mid-year review. If approved, the program will become part of their full institutional accreditation every 5 years. So now for our recommendation. On October 15th, 2025, the Accreditation Division conducted the Distance Education Program approval on-site visit at the Tri-County Technology Center in Bartlesville, Oklahoma for their practical nursing program. That report should be in your packets. We recommend that the board grant full accreditation status to this program at Tri-County Technology Center. Ms. Tara Gottwalt, Chief Instructional Officer from Tri-County, is here if you have any questions.
Go ahead. Do you have any comments?
Oh, I just want to say I'm very prideful today because this is an exciting moment for Tri-County to be able to offer a distance education program. And the gentleman that is leading the meeting, Mr. Lyndall Fields, is a very dear friend of mine from Tri-County. I've known him as a friend, a leader, a boss, a coworker for a lot of years. So thank you all for the opportunity today to be here and speak with you. Our distance ed program for practical nursing is something that we have worked really hard to get in place, and I'm so glad that Andra and Brent and Sandra and all of the team that came for our accreditation visit found that we were doing things in high quality and we're being very accountable to our students and to our communities that we serve. So thank you for the opportunity today.
Thank you both very much.
I know how important this program is and important to our governor. You've worked very hard before you left there, so congratulations. Also note that it's met on every category. There's nothing less than that, so very impressive.
On opportunities for, there weren't many big things
That's right.
to work on, so
That's
that's
right.
great.
I have a question just on the scoring. So when you say minimum score, maximum score, is that the committee that reviewed the program? And that shows like someone gave a high score and someone gave a low score?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that is correct.
Is there, I understand that it's standards met or not met, but is it unusual to see like a wide, some of them are tight, which would indicate everyone kind of agreed, but some of them are like 5 for the low and 10 for the high? I mean, is that typical or?
No, not usually,
Okay.
no.
And then, the last question, this might be more for the board, but knowing that we need like thousands of nurses in Oklahoma, is there any reason we're, like, can we roll this out elsewhere, or are there structural limitations to that, or?
You want me to speak to that?
You can?
Definitely. So, first off, distance education in a clock hour system is pretty difficult, fairly new to the system. So I think there is room for that to grow. Also, creates a little bit of hindrances by using our traditional school models because they serve their district, and that's where the goal is. There are some other avenues I think that we may be able to take advantage of quicker that would do what you're talking about meeting the need. We've been working with healthcare workforce and several of the hospitals around about bridge programs that may use apprenticeship models that our schools should be able to take advantage of. If we can build that out, that would be even better than this. This is great tools for a lot of people, but maybe even better about filling that need. So this can expand, yes. It took a lot of work on their part to get this. It's not easy, especially in a clock hour system. We don't have the same advantage of hybrid that higher ed would have. We must maintain their attendance and that somebody's doing the work versus when I did an online class and my wife might have done the work. So.
Surely not.
No. You have to make those discussion posts so often. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Love the candy.
Yeah, so,
And
pretty
they
rigorous.
are monitored,
It's pretty hard.
by a camera. You'll see instructors can go in and look, something might be flagged and it could be a cat walking across the screen.
And especially in this area of healthcare where it's very critical that they are learning those skills, much like it would be for a mechanic on an airplane, you can't mess up. So it is difficult to do it in a hybrid model. They've done a great job. I would commend Tri-County on what they've done there. Can be expanded, yes. Would it reach masses? Probably not. But I think there's some other areas through apprenticeship and clinical training within the hospitals that we are going to be able to make movement on. So we're exploring that.
And as of right now, just so you know, for 25-26, we have 23 approved distance ed programs throughout our technology centers.
Do most of those have the same 40 hours distance, 60-hour in class?
Yes. Yep, and they are all monitored, but they all have to go through the process of submitting an application and us going out and visiting and making sure that everything is in place. It's not a quick process.
And that's the way we
40%.
appease federal governing board as well, because we have to make sure that they hold us accountable as an agency for accrediting them on this. Yep.
And it's only available to folks from your district.
This is, yes, correct.
This program is. There are, like I said, other programs, distance ed programs approved at other technology centers. They're not all practical nursing. There are paramedic. There are different programs approved for distance ed, but they have all gone through this same process and have all been approved.
Director, on the, very good point about we need nurses in Oklahoma, we need healthcare providers in Oklahoma. Trying to remember, I think Oklahoma CareerTech is a huge advocate for the LPN system, and I don't know the number of LPNs in Oklahoma, but it's huge.
We trained 80% of them. Yeah, we train 80% of them.
Yeah, so that's
We have the highest NCLEX pass rate for LPNs of any system in the country through Oklahoma CareerTech.
Which is awesome. That's a great number.
Well, thank you both, and I would move for approval.
Second.
Discussion, great job. I was at Tri-County last Friday touring its old homecoming, and the place looks amazing. They've taken it way further than I ever dreamed. So proud of you, Tara. You can rest assured this will probably be a national model in not too long. So thank you both very much. Any other discussion?
Change in leadership, they're able to.
That's proud.
Get that in the record.
She got it.
On their own.
Shots fired.
Oh, yeah, your mic was on.
It was on, Randy, there. Smarty
Thank
pants.
you.
Yeah, I am really proud. So, call for
Motion
vote.
second, yeah, we're ready.
Yes, sir.
Brian Hobeck.
Yes.
Michael Brown.
Yes.
Ryan Dethridge.
Yes.
Peter Delana.
Yes.
Randy Gilbert.
Yes.
Kaylin Hanning.
Yes.
Leonard McCullough.
Yes.
Superintendent Fields.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, moving on. Discussion and possible action on submissions of notices of rulemaking intent. Gina Hubbard.
Well, good morning. It's good to see everybody. I always say it's a great day at work when you can be at a school. So thank you for the hospitality. The place looks great, and you can feel the culture when you walk through the door. So it's been fun. I got to be here yesterday, too, so it's been a great week. Last month, I visited with you about the edits to our administrative rules. And since filing the notices of rulemaking intent, we've had a couple of edits. So I just want to share those with you this morning and make you aware of those, and then take any questions you might have. The first one is in Chapter 15, and it deals with out-of-district tuition. For many years, our rules have stated that students attending a technology center that are not in district will pay no less than twice the amount of the cost of instruction. So there was an appetite to create a statewide average, and every student that's out of district attending a tech center would pay the same amount. So what we needed to do was adjust our administrative rules so that we have the ability at the department to create a formula for that out-of-district tuition. As it currently stands, it's a statewide average, as I said, and so this rule change does not bind us to a specific way to calculate that, just gives us the flexibility that we need. And this language mirrors our workforce and economic development formula, as well as our new technology center formula in the rules. So it doesn't tie the department to anything specific and cause us to have to make rule changes anytime we edit something.
So the action that you need today, is that to approve so that it can be moved, or are you good in just making them aware, Gina?
I think because you approved the notice of rulemaking intent last month, there's no need to take an action.
I just want to make sure they are aware of
We
that.
want you to know about the edits.
Yes, and we have to still go through the process, so that doesn't mean that the rule is in place, that means we're starting the process with it.
Gina, what kind of feedback did you get from the field?
Good feedback. This was all,
The field created this.
yeah, they really asked for it, the superintendent's group wanted. You know, it's a small amount of students that are impacted by out-of-district tuition anyway, because most of the time they're in district going to their local technology center. So it's not a large statewide impact, but it just allows everyone to set the tuition rate the same. And then there's a lot of competitiveness or comparing, well, can I go here cheaper than I can go there, and those kinds of things. And this is just something they wanted to explore, having that flexibility to have one number. And it landed about 20,000 and some change.
Personally, as the director, I'm in favor of it, because what it allows is the schools to not have to be, not have to worry about where that is. It allows us as a board to establish a formula, we create what that amount is, and then they can worry about providing a service, not having to work on their cost report in a way that they need to manipulate that to get a lower cost. They can focus on what they're doing, we can establish that for them. So I think it's a good change, but what we did 2 years ago is established our committees that the superintendents have, so they have a rulemaking committee. We established that as really an advisory committee for this process, so gave them a little bit more legitimacy to what they were doing. So that's where a lot of our rules will come from, is that they come up the field, and then Gina has an overall rules committee that is comprised of all CareerTech family members, and they review these as they come forward to you. So you'll know that they are vetted and viewed by the field as they come to us.
Would it, I mean, this is a great idea. You have consistency across the state of Oklahoma. Those schools don't, they don't have to refigure the program every time it happens, but would it help the technology centers on the post-secondary students, with like the Pell Grant system, or?
This is unrelated to the adults. This is only for secondary students,
Okay.
this rule specifically. The rule is not one that we're bringing forward to intent where schools can establish and then they bring those amounts to the board each year. So we collect their adult post-secondary numbers. And if you remember from board action the last few years, we have encouraged them to review and adjust their post-secondary tuition. And most of our schools have to get to a reasonable rate where they can use more access to whatever may be available. Oklahoma's Promise is a great tool that we use now, and it's available for them.
So these are high school students
Yes.
going out of their district, so it is quite rare. It really, it's not very common. Great.
We probably have less than a dozen a year.
Yeah.
Of the 24,000, no, what are we at now? Yeah, 24,000 high school students, a dozen of them would be out of district. Yeah, it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what it does is for those white spaces, they tend to fight and shop around where they can go, and it creates kind of a mess for everything, transportation, and yeah. This will get rid of that. And then the school has to worry about what it's gonna be, and yeah, it will clean that up for them.
The next one is in chapter 20, has to do with our Technology Center Industry Specialist Certification. Our rule indicated that option for certification, that pathway was only available for instructors. And it was brought to our attention that it would really be nice if teaching assistants that want to become instructors could have the opportunity to utilize that pathway. So what we've added is language for a program teaching assistant, and the department will define what that is. So we're talking about people who are heavily engaged in the instructional process on a daily basis with the full-time instructor. Not someone who's floating, not someone who's driving a bus half the day, but someone who's truly engaged in these programs and want to become a full-time instructor, have the industry experience, have check all the boxes of the credential, but allow them to be able to take this pathway. Obviously would still need support and a sign-off from the Technology Center Administrator.
Yeah, Superintendent and I were just talking, it's a really great thing, and didn't intend to prohibit them when we created the rule last time. So now we need to fix that, because that's actually the right pathway, that you wouldn't put them as the instructor until they complete. Would be better for them to work toward that. So this is a much-needed change, in my opinion. Also came from the field, though, because they're smarter than we are sometimes.
Those were the other additional edits. The notice of rulemaking intents have been filed. Our rules should be published in the Oklahoma Register on December 1st, and then public comment will begin.
Great. Ashley, do we need to take action on this? No action? Okay, just a report?
It was just, we wanted to leave room if you wanted to, but you don't have to.
Okay.
I have a question.
Oh, sure.
Does anybody ever publicly comment?
We have not had anyone publicly comment.
I just wonder.
Not on ours.
Randy every once in a while.
Just K-12?
Yeah, just K-12 gets all the public comments. We leave it open for what, 30 days, 60 days? I don't know, 30 days?
We
Yeah.
have a public hearing.
Yeah, we have a public hearing.
Does anybody ever show up?
I've not had anyone show up. But they can.
We're getting ready to change that.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends, Mike.
Sounds like another.
Heat over here for
What?
I said that.
Talking about?
Right on to Stillwater.
Comment section in law.
We move that hearing around, to different parts of the
We've
city.
done it in Oklahoma City and we've done it in Stillwater.
Yeah.
Your restaurant might not be a bad idea.
That's what I'm thinking.
Thank you, Gina. Okay, looks like we have one more item here, discussion and possible action on employees' salaries.
Yeah, thank you. We've been talking about employee salaries for 3 years that I've been here. So I wanted to bring an update. I told you we would do some investigation, and we have. Here's, to start the discussion, I don't believe we're gonna need action. So what we've done is we've evaluated teaching and salary reports. We've investigated market competitiveness in our area from the agency, and then we've also gone through OMES and got an evaluation of where our salaries are compared to other agencies. So kind of taken 3 different lenses of a look. Every salary that we have seems to fit within the current pay bands. You guys are aware that we have several different pay bands. For instance, like a program specialist is in a pay band 13, some other positions are as well. What it looks like, after evaluating all that, we have the ability within that pay band, we could adjust salary to be competitive as needed. We do not need to adjust the bands themselves at this time. So that may be something later with inflation that would happen. That was my fear, is that it takes board action to adjust bands. We don't need to necessarily adjust bands. What we have been doing that has been really maybe something we're going to look at changing, will likely change. We are going to change. Internally, we've discussed about when we post positions, we have typically stayed within the first quartile of that band. So quartile meaning that there are 4. So for a position in a pay band 13, it may mean that top you would be able to earn on entry would be $66,000. I don't know that that's exactly what it is, but that's close. Well, what we're going to do is start posting those jobs with up to the 3rd quartile. That way, if there was someone that was more experienced or had an opportunity, we could pay them more. So we're going to unlimit ourselves. It's an internal policy we can fix and be flexible for what the criteria is that applicant has. Maybe they are certified in T&I field. They have a welding certificate and they've taught. They would probably earn more dollars than somebody that was coming in to the agency and had moved up from a different type of position but had not taught and didn't have the certificate. They would not earn as much money. So we're going to look at a different viewpoint. It is hard for the agency to digest, I'll be real honest, because we've operated, the existing staff has operated under a model with when someone gets a raise, everybody gets a raise. I don't approach that way. I like to pay based off what you have earned, and so it's a big change within our agency. It'll be met with some hesitation, but I think overall and long term it will work out well. People will see that there's an opportunity for me to move up if I earn, whether it's another certificate or if I go get experience, there is opportunity for me to move into something and increase my pay. I think that is the way to approach. That's my opinion, but it's up to the board if you wanted to make something different. My suggestion would be take no action. We will use our pay bands that we have currently and adjust people accordingly as we see fit.
So we're just posting a range.
Yes.
So if you have an expectation coming into that job of that higher amount, but you're not qualified for it, it changes nothing. It's just a range, which is also publicly available, which means that they could look it up anyway.
Absolutely.
So physically posting it literally changes nothing, except it's a easier way for a person to be attracted to.
What we believe is the attraction is the problem. When we've been posting this range that it stops at 64.
But it doesn't actually stop at 64.
It doesn't actually, so we're going to be more transparent, is all we're really doing. Then it also gives us more leeway to make them an offer. So what I want to do is upon application, people coming into the agency, we have been at a set number. Well, whatever the candidate is, we'll give them this number. I don't like that model. I want to be able to pay them what I think they're worth if it fits within the band, what we can do. And so now, upon there being an applicant with 1 or 2 years experience, there'll be someone with 15, I'd offer the one with 15 more money. If that's our one we pick. So in my mind, it makes sense. We need to start doing this. We just haven't done it. So it'll be a big change. And I wanted to make you all aware because it will not be overwhelmingly supported. It will be supported, but everybody will have different viewpoints on this because that's not how the agency has operated. We have all got the same money. Whoever the candidate is, that's what you get. And we're going to be changing that.
So merit-based and qualification-based pay, that is crazy talk.
It's going to go over like that, so just be prepared.
What a mind-blowing concept.
That's the approach I'd like to go to. I wanted to make you aware because we've been talking about it, but I don't believe it takes any board action because we already have the bands established. We already have the authority. You gave the authority last year or maybe the year before to move as the agency see fits up to a band 17 anyway. So if I hire positions up to a pay band 17, we have the discretion within the agency. Above 17, we bring to you. So we would operate within those constructs for the board. So I'd be happy to entertain more questions or thoughts around it. But it's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought we would have to go and make some changes within our pay band structure, but it doesn't look like we will.
That's great. Thank you. I applaud what you're doing because you look at the private sector and we need to compete. So this is definitely the mindset we need to have.
And some of our jobs are very competitive currently and some are way off. So it's such a variety right now because, I've always had this mindset, fair does not mean the same. We can't treat everyone the same, we have to treat everyone fair.
Well, it's different with vocational, right? Because they can go work in a private sector with a variety of options.
Yeah.
Versus a strictly academic setting, you know, you're kind of, the other opportunities are gonna be in a teaching setting. So I think we
Absolutely.
have to be mindful of the fact that we really are in a competitive private market type environment.
We're very different than most agencies. We're not just bureaucrat people. A lot of times I'm pulling from the field, or trying to pull from the field. So like in a TNI we talked about earlier, we have an individual that works as a program specialist that was a pipeline inspector. He'd go to the field and make a lot more money than what I can pay. So maybe that should be worth more because they have it, and has also taught 8 years. That's worth quite a bit than somebody that has not had those experiences and coming to work with us. So just a variety. We need to be able to recognize people's ability and their willingness to work for us within our constructs, of course. So we're always going to be below some jobs, but they're choosing to work for us for a reason anyway. But this gives us the flexibility. I think we need to retain quality people.
That's great.
Mr. Bobeck, I was glad to hear you were supportive of this, so maybe you could bring it up today at the state board meeting for the state superintendent. How do you feel about it now?
We helped find the people on that board committee Tuesday that just voted to raise your.
My wife texted me, she said, "Hey, baby, did you get a bump?" I'm like, "No, not me." So, that's not the current superintendent. On a serious note, Lisa, what kind of challenges, if any, does this cause you for budgeting?
We've built this into the budget. I mean, we've looked at this for a while, and so I don't see any major concerns with that.
Great job.
Because the bands wouldn't have been approved if there were.
Right.
So, yeah, that's a great question, Shay, you pointing that out. We, 2 years ago, built out a form to make these things go through a process. So if we're adjusting any current salaries, I didn't bring that up, and I should have. So what this does change is people that have been hired, maybe they're not being competitive, we could adjust. That takes a process where it goes through their manager, then goes to their senior leader, then would come to chief of staff, then would come to me. And so it's a lengthy process to make sure it fits within the budget, make sure it's allowable to do, and it's the right thing to do. So it's not just willy-nilly we can start throwing money out. We have to be pretty mindful of that.
Great, excellent. Great job. We're in new business.
I just had a quick question, I'm sorry. On the annual report and the budget, you know, we've been getting like drafts and all that. Is this published now? Is it ready to go? And also the same thing with the
Annual report
the budget?
is, and budget request is ready to go. Those are approved.
Okay, they are. So they're in their final form?
Yep.
Okay.
Great question. Anything else? Yes,
I don't have any new business, but I have a comment that I'd like to make about one of CareerTech system, the Oklahoma FFA. They had their national FFA convention a couple of first of November in Indianapolis. Oklahoma was very fortunate to have the national FFA president selected, a young man from Perkins, Oklahoma. It's only the 9th national president we've had in Oklahoma, and that's the most of any state in the country. We also had the National Star Farmer. The national president's a young man named Trey Myers, who's a great
Perkins boy,
yeah. And the National Star Farmer is a young man named Ryder Clausen. His dad's actually the ag teacher at Hydro Eakley. And Ryder is, I don't know how many national stars we've had, but we've had more than any state.
We've had a lot.
So we're.
Both of those categories, we hold the title of most.
Yeah. And then Stillwater FFA was recognized as the national chapter of the year and
Model of excellence.
So
We are trying to coordinate with a lot of those individuals at a board meeting so that they can talk to you. Yeah, the only problem with the national president is as soon as he wins that deal, he works for them. So, yeah, so he has to take a sabbatical from school and you work for the National FFA organization now. So we own you and we're sending you to Japan. So, yeah, they are an ambassador for the FFA organization at that point.
And there's a little over 1 million national FFA members.
Yeah.
And then brag on Oklahoma State University. There's a young lady from Oregon, that's actually Oklahoma State University student that was also selected as a national FFA officer, so.
I'm gonna claim her too. Oklahoma has 2 national officers.
We have 2, and they both will take out of school at the end of the semester and come back next January, so.
I'll add something. Bartlesville, which is where Tri-County Tech is located, is getting ready to be listed as the largest FFA chapter in the nation, and there are 370 members in that. And they have just now qualified 7th graders to be eligible for their FFA chapter.
And that's a relatively new program, 10 years.
5.
5 years. It's only 5 years.
So, and it absolutely is.
Oh, yeah. They've went full bore.
Sorry, I had to brag a minute.
No, it was good.
Phenomenal.
Yep, we were hoping to get them, this meeting didn't all work out. It's pretty recent, but we'll get them as soon as we can, so they can be.
Alabama.
You beat
Yeah.
I
wish I could do that, but
I
yeah.
get a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Leonard McCullough,
Yes.
Shaylin Hanning. Yes. Randy Gilbert,
Yes.
Peter Dillingham,
Yes.
Ryan Deatherage.
Yes.
Michael Brown,
Yes.
Ryan Bobeck,
Yes.
Superintendent Fields.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Awesome. Becky, we ready to head to Tinker with those that can here in just a moment, or?
Yeah, if we want to take, what, a 5-minute, if you want to.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely.
Actually adjourned from the CareerTech meeting, but I can brag on the superintendent. He has got a different persona in the.
Oh, man.
Again, yes.
Changed in a hurry.
I do, absolutely.
Walk in a classroom and
Yes.
it's a.
All the way to let's see.
Never hold.
It's just the whole persona is completely.
Yeah. I see how you were hard on him earlier, now you're complimenting him. He's talking about you again.
Thank you.
He's still down there.
Good things now.